Hi everyone. So you know how sometimes you meet a person and after a while you're like, what was my life before this person? Today I bring you Shinobi Space, and when I think about him I think, what the fuck was the virtual photography community before this guy? If you want to hear my reasons why, stay after the intro. After
Yeah.
this point, it's the interview. Thank you so much for being here. For the rest of
Thank
the
you for having me.
interview, the interview, if I ever call you by your name, I will call you Shinobi if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Go
And if
ahead.
you saw the later episodes, you will know that that's always the first question: why Shinobi Space?
Oh, that's really easy to explain actually. So I played Warframe for like forever, for the start of the game. I was what they call the founder, like I paid to see what is going on with this game. And I played it really regularly for like 5 years, I think. And my pseudo in this game was Space Shinobi, because it's a game about space and ninjas. So that was the thing. And when I created this Twitter account, it was specifically to share my Warframe pictures. So I just chose the same. But you know how Twitter is. When you create your account, it reverses things. And then it became Shinobi Space instead of Space Shinobi on the handle.
I only have one word, so I didn't know about that.
He does this. I have no clue why. It's so weird, and I didn't know at that time. So anyway, I was like, okay, it's okay. Yeah, I don't mind. So I kept it that way. And then when my account grew a bit, people started to call me Shinobi, or I mean Shinobi, or whatever you want to say it. In Japanese, we say Shinobi. So yeah, I just kept it because it makes sense. And at first I was a bit bugged by it. I was like, oh, it doesn't sound right, but it's okay now. It's Shinobi is the short version, so it's nice.
It's
And it's MySpace, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I was
that
going
joke.
to comment on that because when I read, I thought about Warframe, but I didn't want to assume it was Warframe. But now it's really cool because I don't know if you know this, but my first guest, Bad Gamer Lit, and Lady Snipeshot are really into Warframe, and they
Yeah,
are
no.
constantly telling me to try it. uh, I'm not into multiplayer games, but they are constantly saying that I should try. And
Yeah, it's really a weird game that is not. I'm not into multiplayers game either, usually, but you can have so much fun. The game is so dynamic, and I mean, now it's a lot to take. I grew with the game. I played it from the start, as I said, so it was not that complicated at the time. We had like 4 frames, and now it's 50 something. um, but so it was not complicated for me because I have so many resources that I farmed over the years. So now I can do pretty much anything I want. But I don't know how it's like to start the game now, honestly. But it's a really fun game, and it's really creative, and it's really a UFO in the game industry, I think.
I'm constantly thinking I should try it. I should try it. I should
Yeah,
try it.
I mean it's free.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I know I should try it.
It's
Uh,
it's really time consuming though. Like
yeah,
if you start farming the stuff, it's a grindy game. So yeah.
most multiplayer games are.
Yeah.
I spent like 7 years of my life only playing League of Legends, and
Yeah.
it was very time consuming. You actually touched my oh, something fell, don't
What
worry.
did I touch?
uh, you touched something that I was going to ask is what got you started in virtual photography, but Warframe.
Yeah, yes and no, actually. That's weird because, so first of all, I was doing photography IRL, right? Like real photography. I love this. Um, so I love the picture. I love taking pictures. I love my university was art school, and it was all about cinema and stuff like this, and video games. Actually, I did my master about spaces in video games. Yeah, now that I think about it, like my name is anyway. So I love taking pictures, and I took pictures in various MMOs. You know, I played like Terra Online or Aeon or
Final Fantasy
like
14?
yeah,
11?
no, but Guild of Wars and
Okay.
stuff like this a lot. And then I used to level up my characters, you know, like as you do in an MMO, and then get bored. And every time I get bored playing the game, I was starting to stop playing the game and just taking pictures of my characters and then editing them and, you know, playing with this kind of stuff. So I did this like really like already 10 years ago or something like this. But I had no clue virtual photography was a thing, you know? And so after that, I used to do some capturas in Warframe because they have a great tool to take pictures,
I
but
know.
they don't have a lot of sceneries or, you know, it's really just about taking your characters in picture. And it's not really about virtual photography as I see it now. But then I created the account, the Twitter account, as I said, and then I discovered the hashtag VJP. Oh, fuck, I have to say that in English.
VGP.
VJP unit, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, what's that?" And I remember it's Rich, like the who did the Photo Mode Monday, who told me it's just a hashtag the community gather around. And I was like, the community? What the is he talking about? And then I discovered the whole thing, and I discovered I think it's Peter Riley first that I noticed he was doing Spider-Man pictures. I think you were in the first ones I really noticed, and Musa Warrior as well.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, I love Spider-Man. I mean, I can prove it. Yo.
Oh, that's a cool mask.
So camera. So yeah, I saw that Spider-Man PS4 had a photo mode, and I was like, okay, what's up with that? I mean, I take screenshot and edit them. I know how to do this. Well, I don't need a photo mode. So I tried it, and I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, oh, okay, that's the next level shit.
That's
So
it's so cool. Every week I make this question, and every week people come from different backgrounds, completely different things got people started
yeah,
into this thing. And it's actually amazing that you started with MMOs. Fire Scorpio played MMOs, but he
yeah,
didn't start with MMOs, and it's really really exciting to see that anything can bring you
yeah.
to virtual photography.
If you love the picture, if you love the game, like not just gameplay wise, right? If you love to watch a game, to really observe the environment and stuff like this, I feel like anything can bring you to virtual photography actually, because it became a thing like not that long ago. I hear the old veterans of the VP world talking, but they were like here 5 years ago. It's really nothing.
The
It's new.
I did an article like back when I was started.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I will do things completely different, and I will do a blog about this. Nowadays, I found out that everyone has a blog about VP. Uh,
Really?
so it quickly went away. But I did quite a research about the topic, and the first gallery with virtual pictures happened in 2006.
Okay.
So really
Oh yeah,
really long
that's a long
ago.
time ago.
With I think it was. Do you remember like the don't remember the name, but it was like a
Was it
sim.
Virtual Sun?
No, it was like something like virtual a space of online sims, like it,
Oh, is it Second Life?
Second Life. Yeah, Second Life. That's it. So that was the first
Ah, yeah, makes sense.
in real life gallery that happened, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was the term virtual photography. It was actually started in that gallery.
Okay,
So
interesting.
when I heard about that, I was like, oh, I'm starting this in 2018, so 12 years later, I'm not doing anything new. But the first real boom actually happened real recently, like
Yeah, yeah, I think
five,
so.
6 years ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Some,
And it's growing really super fast this last year. I feel. I mean, I'm here just for 1 year, so I just saw
yep.
this year of evolution, but it really grows exponentially, which is it's a funny thing because it's something I observed before in another community, which is the tattoo community,
I'm going to
because
talk about that.
I mean, you know, obviously I'm into tattoos, and I have been really involved in the community of tattooing. I had blog, you know, like everybody does. I had blog. I run a website, and I ended up writing articles for the biggest tattoo magazine, French tattoo magazine. I interviewed like really stars of the tattooers and stuff like this. So I was really enjoying this. And it's really something that I saw there as well. Like people are complaining because it's getting big and it's popular, and now everyone wants to get a tattoo and stuff like that. I'm so pure with my tattoos, you know, mine are real, stuff like this. So I start to see the same thing in the virtual photography community. Sometimes people get a bit offended that it grows, so the quality goes down or something like this, but it's just not true. It's really just not true. The more people, the more quality. It will go up, and you can find the best thing coming up with the growing community. Of
What
course, there will be more like lesser quality stuff, but people will learn. So that's what it's
what
awesome.
I saw a comment recently that said something like the good photos, the photos that stand out, are starting to be taken by everyone. So imagine that I take a beautiful landscape shot with Aloy or Kratos or whatever in there. It's natural that someone will have the same idea because we are all playing the same game.
Of course.
And the comment said something like it's getting less and less original, creative wise, but I don't think so. I think it's normal, like what you were referring to, the tattoo.
Mhm.
I'm really into tattoos too,
I know.
and and I follow a lot of tattoo artists more on Instagram. So Twitter is more for virtual photography and Instagram is more for tattoo.
Exactly like me. I
And
stopped Instagram though, but yeah.
and it was something that I was going to ask you, the differences, but you already touched that point. And what I see in the tattoo artist is it's the same. It's so crowded, so many people, that it's natural that some works remind you of other people's works. It
Of
doesn't
course.
take away of the quality. It just shows that people get creative in the same ways. They take inspiration from the same things.
You know, this is the thing I noticed recently, really recently, with Ghost of Tsushima. So the thing is, I'm gonna be blunt. I don't like the game, and I don't like the photo mode.